Hello and welcome to another edition of Resources for Life TV at resourcesforlife.com. My name is Greg Johnson, and today we're going to be looking at digital voice recorders, specifically this unit right here, the Olympus VN5200 PC, and it's actually how I'm recording my voice right now. The videotape is running and it's recording my voice, but I'm actually going to go in and use the audio created by this recording device and paste it into the video. It's very handy in situations where the camera is going to be at a distance from the person speaking. So you can use it in video settings or just to record, use it as a memo recorder, record meetings, events, that type of thing. The advantage that the Olympus VN5200 PC has over a typical recording device is that it doesn't need specialized software. Many of the other recorders do. If you're going to transfer the audio files from the recording device to your computer, you would need some special software. Well, this just connects up. You can directly transfer the audio files from the unit over to your computer and work with them directly. It's a good idea to store the unit without the batteries installed because unless you're using it on a daily basis, you'd run the risk of the batteries corroding. I'm going to show you how to go ahead and put those batteries in. It uses AAA batteries. The back cover just slides off like this. And the batteries go in with the negative, the flat side of the AAA battery, going this direction. Just like that. It snaps in place. And then you slide the cover back on the unit. You'll notice here that the unit is now blinking. It gets the date and time, what appears to be apparently, from the last time that it had the date and time. So it doesn't have a built-in clock with a battery, but it can at least approximate what the time should be based on what the time last was when batteries were in the unit. Using these left and right buttons, this control panel here has plus, minus, right, left, right? So I can increase the, and here we are looking at the month, and then the day of the month, and then the year. We can increase that or decrease it, and then press the right button. And increase or decrease the day, then press the right button and continue on to the hour of the day, and then the minute, and that's adjusting AM and PM. When you're done, you'll push this OK button. It's marked play and OK. So you push that, and that basically sets the current date and time. That's really important if you're recording because you want to make sure you can go back later and determine which recording that was, when it was. It helps if you're getting multiple recordings in the recorder. On the top here, you'll see there's a microphone input. If you want to have an external microphone, you can. You'll find actually that the internal microphone is actually quite good, so that's here. And then the earphone, if you want to listen privately to recording, you can do that. You can also use this earphone jack to hook into a car's audio system. If you're just driving along and wanting to listen to a meeting that was previously recorded, you can do that if your car has an auxiliary input. On the left-hand side here, you'll see the USB cable adapter. That's how you'll transfer the audio files from the recorder to your computer. And also the hold button. Well, the hold button is kind of like the power button. As long as the unit is not performing a function, like playing or recording or whatever, if it's just sitting here and you push the hold button up, you'll notice the screen goes blank. So that's basically put it into the off mode. And then when you slide this back, it's on again. On the face of the unit, you'll see the display, which provides you with information about what folder you're recording in and what recording you're on, how many recordings you have in the unit. And then depending on what's on the display, it may give you a countdown timer to show you how much room is left based on the internal memory, that type of thing. I'll show you that in just a minute. So there's the stop button. If you're playing, you can push stop and it will stop playing or stop recording. Here's the record button. You notice when I press the record button, it goes here and shows me now we're on recording number 8. There's a timer showing me how long we've been recording. And I can push the record button once more to pause the recording. And we'll get a message here, it's blinking, it says record paused. Right? And then I can push the record button again and it'll continue recording. And when I'm done, I can press stop. It's important when you're recording, if you're wanting to later easily distinguish between one recording event and another, let's say you're conducting interviews with 10 people, you'd want to push record to start recording and pause if needed, by pushing the record button again. But when you're done with person number 1, go ahead and push the stop button. So each recording then will be a unique digital audio file in the unit, and that makes it a lot easier later to go back and discern which recording is which. This, almost like a joystick or something, it toggles right, left, up, down. That's what we were using to set the date, right? In the play mode, the plus sign and the minus sign will increase or decrease the volume. And in the play mode also, you can go forward to scroll from one recording to the other. I'm actually not playing at this point, but I'm skipping from one recording to another. And then if I start playing,
hello and welcome to another edition of
I can use this as sort of a fast forward. The first time I press play, it plays at normal speed.
Events, that type of thing.
The second time I pressed play, this letter S appeared in the display, so it was playing in slow mode. If I press the play button again, fast mode. So that's a way to quickly get through a recording.
Over to your computer and work with them directly. There's some other features I'm going to show you. We'll get close with the camera, and I'm going to show you a close-up.
Okay, so you can get the sense of what that's doing. So you can play back in fast, in slow, and in normal mode. There is a button that's labeled Display or Menu, D-I-S-P, and Menu. When you press that button, the information in the display here will show you recording date, recording time, and how long it is, and that type of thing when you're just scrolling through it. If you're in the middle of actually recording, I'll push record here, and you push the display, it might show you how much time is remaining. It can also show you, I'm going to show you here, the volume level, and so you can tell if somebody's speaking softly, the volume meter is low. If somebody's speaking loudly, the volume meter goes high. So it's nice to have that volume meter just to remind you how well it's picking up. And you can press the display button again to see kind of a typical elapsed time. That's pretty standard, and the time remaining based on memory available in the unit. So anyway, this just toggles between those different settings while you're in the record mode. Okay, I'm going to push stop. You notice the light was flickering a little bit when I pressed stop to stop the recording, and the reason for that is because it was finalizing the recording. If I press and hold the display menu button, now it goes into a menu mode, and you can use these right and left buttons to go through and see menus and click OK, submenus. I'm not going to go into these details. You can kind of explore that on your own. You just push stop if you want to get out of the menu. This button here is the folder or index button. So you can go through A, B, C, D, E. 5 different folders are available for recording audio. And that's helpful if you have, let's say, one folder for work, one folder for personal. You can put things in different folders, and it makes it easier then to organize them later. At the bottom here is the erase button. If I push the erase button once, and I can press the right arrow then, so I push erase, and then I push the right arrow, and you see up here it changes from, it was saying cancel, so cancel or start. So we're toggling from the left to the right between these options of canceling, we don't want to erase, or start, we do want to erase.
And then push the OK button to confirm.
If I push the erase button twice, then instead of showing me a numbered recording that I might be on at the time, it says all. So it's asking if I want to erase all. And you notice it does cancel out. So if I push the erase button twice, and it says it's asking me if I want to erase all. If I don't do anything, it'll eventually reset itself. There it goes. Those are the basic instructions on how to use the Olympus digital voice recording unit VN5200 PC.
This has been a production of ResourcesForLife.com, where you'll find resources for better living. Come visit us on the web.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Resources for Life TV at resourcesforlife.com. My name is Greg Johnson, and today we're going to be looking at digital voice recorders, specifically this unit right here, the Olympus VN5200 PC, and it's actually how I'm recording my voice right now. The videotape is running and it's recording my voice, but I'm actually going to go in and use the audio created by this recording device and paste it into the video. It's very handy in situations where the camera is going to be at a distance from the person speaking, so you can use it in video settings or just to record, use it as a memo recorder, record meetings, events, that type of thing. The advantage that the Olympus VN5200 PC has over a typical recording device is that it doesn't need specialized software.